Good evening, everyone. Tuesday evening, just out of work now, on the way to the gym. I got my own session done on my lunch break, so it was a pretty shitty session, to be honest, but it was kind of a lesson in fueling and just ensuring that you're actually adequately prepared for the session. I went in, it was a strength endurance, just felt absolutely on the floor with energy, dragged myself through it. Felt fairly sluggish after it, but I still got the session done. Not my finest one, but also still a step in the right direction. It's all about just taking the sessions off. Just heading into the gym there now, and I have two clients in this evening. One client has been with me for about 6 weeks now, and then I have a new client now who is just starting off her first session with me. So yeah, I just thought I'd talk a bit about that, about coaching. So I've seen a few people talk about this before on their Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that, about AI and coaching, and how AI is going to start taking over the need for personal trainers. If you want my own personal opinion on this, now personally this is just my opinion, so if you don't want to listen to it, that's fine, you can skip forward. But my opinion on that is basically there's always going to be a need for personal training, for coaching, for in-person coaching, for coaching done in person and online coaching done by an actual individual and not by AI. AI is grand, yeah. You can put in, I'm a 30-year-old male, 77 kilos with 180 centimeters in height. What should I be eating food-wise? Yeah, grand. It's not going to give you incorrect information, but it's what you choose to do with that information. It's never going to replace the personal accountability that you get from hiring a coach. This is not me trying to pitch coaching, because coaching isn't for everyone, but when you're paying for a coach, you're not just paying for their expertise, you're not just paying for them to compose you a program or a training block or whatever the case may be. You're paying for them to help you work that around your life. So like, if you're preparing for a Hyrox race, say for instance, right, you could put into AI, looking onto ChatGPT, looking for a Hyrox program for 8 weeks in preparation for a men's open Hyrox, right? It'll give you a program, it'll give you whatever, it'll give you something that would resemble something probably relatively similar to what a coach would give you anyway, but that's no good to you if you're not following it. Who's on your case about that? Who's saying, how did you get on this week? Oh, actually coach, I struggled with the running this week, or I'm picking up little niggles, little injuries, which does happen. It doesn't mean you're training the wrong way or anything like that. It just means certain things need to be altered from time to time, depending on each person and each individual. So what I'm kind of getting at here is there's absolutely no one size fits all way of doing it. You're paying for the coach to be there as a emotional support. You're paying for the coach, you're giving a financial commitment, which also means for some people, if they're given that financial commitment, it might mean more to them in terms of, say, right, well, I'm putting my money towards this now, so I have to stick to it. Now obviously that varies from person to person, but in general it's very much so. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here now as I'm parking the car. Yeah, you're paying for the expertise of the coach. You're paying for a coach to tell you this is why you're doing this, not to do this and there's nothing else to it. It's like, this is the reason why we're doing this. So I'll always do that with a client. I'll say, look, we're going to program in say bent over rolls to improve your sled pull in Hyrox. There's a certain direct correlation there, or putting in, say, 10 burpees followed by 10 box jumps. What's that going to improve? Your burpee box jumps. So like, it's like, yeah, it's grand saying, right, this is what you have to do, but it's easier for the client to understand why they're doing it, as opposed to just do this and this. Like, ChatGPT isn't going to tell you what muscles you're working for a particular movement that you might not be sure on what muscles you're working. So like, just little intricacies that you miss out on. So the point I'm kind of getting at here, in a roundabout way, as I ramble on and I continue to ramble on, the point I'm making is that if ChatGPT is only going to eliminate the bad coaches, the ones who don't give a shit about their clients, the ones who will just put send a full program onto their client made through ChatGPT without looking through it and actually seeing what's in it, cut and paste programs, stuff like that. It'll never replace coaches. The good coaches will always continue to stand out, and that's what I strive to be, a good coach. I'd like to think I'm quite personable as a coach as well. So I feel like obviously knowledge is a prerequisite anyway, but on top between knowledge, I think you also have to be a very personable coach. You have to like, while I might be a good coach for what someone is looking to do, we might not be a good fit because personality might clash, or whatever the case may be. Someone has to feel comfortable with their coach as well. So like, there's a lot more to it as well. But I think when you find a good coach, or you find the right coach, it won't replace AI. And like, I know there's people who have wanted to do coaching and who. Jeez man, I was at home there having more milk. Yeah. Having protein milk, like the turkey bagels. With Fitzgerald, the turkey bacon with the Fitzgerald bagels, like the square Rice Krispies. Yeah. I can't get any of this, man. No, I was like the proper mince last night. They don't have the Uncle Ben's chili con carne sauce anymore, do they? I couldn't find it in Tesco Newbridge. I don't think so, no. Man, that is my favourite sauce. I haven't had it in 2 years. Gone, devastating. Oh, I got like fucking I got like beef. I got the strawberries, man. The strawberries are so fresh here compared to Australia. They're gone off in 2 days in Aldi. They just don't have the same weather like as we have with fresh fruit. Man, so nice. So I was sitting there, I was like, oh, this is on a fade yogurt. They don't have any of that. Turkey rashers. They don't do rashers at all. Ballymaloe. Do what? Ballymaloe. But in Australia, yeah. like. Alright guys, in around in the circle now. We're gonna go into 20 jumping jacks. So guys, just finished session. I'll pop it up there. 2k check-in, followed by sled push and pull, and lunges and wall balls, and then 250 meter run in between with 1k checkout. It was meant to be 2, but I'm doing a 7k later with Emma, so I wanted to just give my legs a little bit of a break before we do that. Overview: this first few weeks of actually doing Hyrox specific work again. I feel like strength is in a good place. Today we focused on lower body dominance, so it was all sled push and pull, very heavy on the lower body, and the lunges obviously and wall balls. So like lower body strength is in a really good place. I do feel quite strong in that. Running, I've still a bit of time to work on that before Dublin. Still needs to improve a bit. So it's just about upping the mileage between now and Dublin. But lower body strength, yeah, is a very good place. I feel like I can compete in that. I feel like my sled is good. I feel like my lunges are quite good. Wall balls are getting there. So it's just about consistency. And as I said before, I haven't done much Hyrox specific work in since Glasgow, so the last probably 5-6 months. So it has just been about focusing on strength work, and we're getting there.